The songwriting process is a very interesting part on these two albums. In playing Dixie Chicken, we married it up with a song from the previous album, Sailin Shoes, and that specific song was Tri-Face Boogie. It's the only song, by the way, that Richie Hayward ever wrote, right? So I'm laying up on one of these wooden benches, second floor of the Fox, and I'm trying to think, how do we create a jam to link, not only link the two songs together, but just make it an event. And it occurred to me in that sort of alpha sleep mode, what we could do is we break it down to just Richie and I playing. And we amble on the key of E, let's say, or A, whatever key we're in. And it would do a bop, doo doo doo, boom, diddle, doo, boom, ba da da da, which was in the arrangement of the song. But I wanted this, what I would call an island, and then a place where you could swim around and get eaten up by the sharks, or swim to the next island, where everybody with terra firma would know where we were, and then proceed to finish the song. So that was created at the Fox Theater by me, and with help, a lot of help from Richie Hayward too, once I explained what I wanted to do. That was the fun and free-form activities we were doing back then. So the notion of jamming was really where this thing kind of came together. We were able to construct grooves as a part of the writing process. A couple of things specifically from my end as a player, I was getting better and better at it. For the title track for Dixie Chicken, the intro. Normally it would have been, if there was a thing called normal, instead of do-do-do-do-do-do-do, it would have been da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's a flat 7 rather than a raised 7. I'm playing essentially an E, which is E, G sharp, B, instead of E, a minor, which would be an E, G natural. The G is the crux of it. I heard that on I think it was on our first album, and it was one of the blues songs off that album, and I heard a scale that was being played, and I just flipped that thing over and put it onto this. I wasn't copying anything but the tonality. I didn't copy the actual lick, and I didn't realize that I'd created kind of an iconic lick in doing so. The other thing was on Fat Man in the Bathtub. That's another kind of New Orleans groove to it. But beyond that, because we just had a release of a year or two ago of West Side Story, right? That's in West Side Story. So I don't know if Lowell lifted it knowingly, unknowingly. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's a riff, right? But that was the way Fat Man in the Bathtub opened. Beyond that, there's a lick in it. The sound I was using was a mellotron, I believe, and it had what they called, I didn't call it that, but they called it drunken Mexican trumpets. I liked the sound. It was like, the kind of thing. And I came up with that lick. So there's a lot of that going on in this record as well.